start every video with a world famous smile. I know that thumbnail will get people's attention like I'm burning my cowboy hat, but I'm not. We're heating things up in cowboy land. You know, it's an off season anyway. Who knows what they're gonna do? Who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? But I'm in the world famous. What's that? Hot sauna. One of the lights are out up here. Need to report that. Okay, so so you can see the same video that I just watched. It's on. I got this. Okay, focus. I got this playlist on my, my YouTube. It's life motivations. I think it's 2023 to infinity. So if you go there and you put most recent, you'll see the one that I'm talking about, where it's a three-minute video, like 3 minutes 28 seconds, where a lady was talking about, how so many people are saying, and I understand this. Truly, anybody who's overweight, insulin resistant, their body's going through so many changes. The older you get, or the more, kind of like vampires, the more stronger you get, the more you have to change to meet the environment. You have to become that being. So people are saying, well, they'll get to a certain point where they're losing weight, but then it'll just like plateau. Is because they're not staying in ketosis. They think they are. They're eating a certain amount of protein, meat. They're limiting carbs. They're doing all these things, but that's something that you have to test. When you think you're no longer going down and you're trying to meet a weight goal, and this could be anything. This could be somebody who's 20 pounds overweight, want to turn that 20 pounds into 10 pounds of muscle and get 20 pounds down. This talk ain't for people who are anorexic or having major, health issues where they need other, things. But this is just for people who are going through their challenges. So one of the things you've got to do is when you're not trying the word, there's no such thing as try. When you're staying in ketosis, you have to measure it on a daily basis. Or no, she didn't say daily. Take that back. On a weekly basis, like maybe 3 times a week, you check your where your ketone levels are. And that point, you're going to keep moving down. First, I gotta give big shouts to Big Ja, social media guy, comedian over in LA. Man, that dude in 6 months dropped I don't know if it was 160 pounds. Well, he went from 430 to 270. That is humongous. I think he dropped at least 100 pounds in 6 months. But he was on a show doing this major weight loss channel, and man, he put it in. So, hey, I understand. But that being said, what it talked about, this lady was talking about with ketones, she was like, exercising. Like a lot of people believe, you're big and you're fat, you need to get in the gym. He said that could be detrimental to your body because you got to understand, like walking up steps, stair climber steps. When you are overweight, even if you're regular weight, say you're 110 pounds, but you're 110 pounds and not eating healthy, refined foods, refined carbs, stuff like that. Going up 10 flights of steps is a freaking marathon. Because you are now going incline, and that's pushing a 40% load more onto your body. So you think about a person who's 110, maybe their weight should be 105. That is not a major percentage of them, but it's affecting them. Now, imagine a person who is 20 pounds overweight, 50 pounds overweight, 100 pounds overweight doing that same thing. And you're thinking, oh, you're going to get more results. No, you're going to get results, but you're putting major 40% more stress on your body. So you got to think about it. If you're 400 pounds, you're supposed to be 200 pounds. You're putting a 40% stress on your body, which you already got 200 pounds of 40% stress on your body. You're going up 10 flights of steps. You're putting the next 40%, so you're 200 pounds. You're putting another, 80? So now you're 280? So I understand it. And I was like, that thought has been in my mind for a long time. That's why I told you, if you look at the videos, I get in the gym, it's light workouts. I'm not trying to get in the gym. Hello, where are you from? What does that hat say? Well, maybe not know what cowboy land is, but Texas. So, you may need to like refocus that when you're going to the gym, instead of going in there like trying to lift heavy when you're already overweight and you're already stressing your body, stressing your joints, stressing your legs, stressing your knees. It's like one of the things I did, and I'm very careful I say, because I see my personal trainer back in the day who really taught me and got me motivated to help get to this point. And man, it's coming. I want to get back on a Saturday rotation with him. But I remember he did not like kill me in the weights. Like he had to get results out of me, but he wasn't like trying to make me, he would build weights, build up and stuff, but he never was like constantly trying to max me out on weights and stuff. You know, people keep asking. Hello there. We're in Texas, the Texas area, the Cowboys, Dallas, Texas, DFW, Fort Worth. Okay, get back to it. So he would never like, burn me out, just heavy weights, because I'm telling you, I even do it now. When I go and I haven't like I was really dealing with gout situations for about Texas, nice city, Texas City, I guess. So when I skipped and wasn't working out, because I was dealing with an episode and the gout in my arm, gout in my toe down there, and I was in pain, but I had to work. I had to make it happen because the bills got to get paid. I knew to rest when I come home, rest and stuff like that. And I go, I want to go to the gym, you want to do it, but I'm not going to burn myself out. Even when I started back, I remember I did the burnouts on your chest. I was doing light weights. I mean, 45 pounds on each side, and I went down from 45 pounds in the first repetition to 35 pounds. And when I finally did the burnouts, where you just put like 10-pound weights on each side and you count to 100, 1, 2, 3. You're going all the way to 100. Like the next 3-4 days after that, dude, my chest was like, ooh, you could feel pain. And a lot of people ain't used to that. Man, they could be thinking they're having a heart attack or what's going on and stuff, but you got to understand your body. You got to know your body. You got to feel your body. You got to know who you are. And that's what all these journeys are about, is learning more of who you are and what you can do. So the whole point, we're in this hot sauna, this lady in this video, and it's like I put this out to the universe, that's who I am. So I wanted to know, if you look at my videos, of course, I was in the pool doing the cold therapy. I said, for the ketones, if this point where I need to really detox and pull out a lot of stuff and not just go through my kidneys and stuff, can I pull it out? The biggest organ in your entire body is your skin. I said, what about a sauna? And lo and behold, the metaverse or social media, really the universe, said, bam, here she is. She's like, getting in the sauna 20 minutes at a time. She said there's a level 2 something on this that you have to hit towards. And if you could do that, you will stay in ketosis. It helps you to stay in ketosis. You're sweating. You're not. Obviously, I think she's talking about some kind of weightlifting, because I see the ladies coming in here a lot, bringing weights and kettlebells in here. Now I can imagine trying to do kettlebells in here. That might be it. Kettlebells. Oh, in here doing kettlebells. Huh. That might be something right there. People, if you have never did kettlebells, you need to look at some videos on kettlebells. It looks like a very simple workout, but I'm trying to tell you, kettlebells 20. Go to as it put it to you. Let's go 25. Get a 20 pound. Do I got a 20 pound? I think I got a 20 pound weight. I think it's just 20 pounds. I gotta look at it when I go back home. It's either 20 or 30, but it just say 20 pound weight kettlebell. And I do that, and if you do it 25 times, man, it works you. It works your breath. You're doing your form correctly, and there's so many people on YouTube who've showed you. Look at multiple videos. If you see 3 videos that are basically doing it similar same way, you're pretty much right close to it. So kettlebells, get on there and do some kettlebells. So the universe don't make mistakes, and that's one of the things you gotta basically see. The universe don't make mistakes. So why did I, every time I came here and I'm looking at the little kettlebells out there now, them ladies always had, and I thought they'd just be sitting in here. I thought these ladies just be sitting in here because they didn't like the cold, and maybe this because like my wife is in a climate which is like 90 degrees every day. When I see that stuff in like, 85 or close to 80, I be saying, damn, that's when I need to be there. But she's used to 90-degree weather every day, sleeping at night. They don't like the AC on. Boy, when she with me, she be thinking she in the Arctic, because it's 63, 64, 63 at night in the, man. That's why I got a lot of covers for it, and got her some pajamas and stuff. But, I can imagine kettlebells in the sauna. So now, when I get off of here, I got to look up kettlebells in the sauna. And if I don't really find what I'm looking for, I got to make a video of kettlebells in the sauna. What about that? Kettlebells in the sauna. It's pretty interesting. So, hey, we're going to set this down over here. Oh, boy. We need to breathe. Getting in the rhythm. 4 in, 4 out. 4 in, 4 out. 4 in, 4 out. But people, the results, they're showing. They're starting to show. I mean, at least I see them. I told you I got a $50 gift card for the person who sees me in public. And this is going to be somebody who obviously knows me or sees me. They're going to be like, hey, what? That was 17. Ain't no way that was 17 minutes that quick. Man, this thing tripping. So, yeah, somebody who sees me in the world, who knows me, just something I want to start doing, giving back to the people. And as I get more and more, and I do different things, put different challenges. That's something I just like. I want to do. Because all this is about giving back. Anything you make off of social media, the ones who give back are always the ones that are, to me, not just more successful, seem to be way more happier, dealing with. Because you're putting your personal life out there. Last time I had this nice chat with people, dudes in the comments were saying, big back, big back, big back, big back. It's like people are very comfortable. It's just like this is how I could describe this. We now know slavery, racism, sexism, any of the isms that are negative are wrong. But there's times where slavery, racism, sexism, these things were considered, they weren't considered right, but they were considered okay. So if you could think about how people were treated back during these times, this is what's going on social media right now, where people get on social media, they're hiding behind the illusion that they can get away with their comments. That's why when you see people do really atrocious things on social media, and people like take snapshots, they track down their profiles, and they do all this, and people get fired, people get, people got arrested. We go with a lot on that January 6th stuff that happened during then. Yeah, it's not good. It's not nice when you do that, but people feel comfortable, Or is that the bots feeling comfortable, the AI feeling comfortable? But people feel comfortable coming and joking with people they don't know and disrespecting with people they don't know. They feel overly comfortable with that until the consequences. But the biggest consequence is not you getting ousted on social media, because I'm telling you, there is a Facebook jail. Last year, I think it was in November, I got, it wasn't Facebook, it was Instagram jail. I got put in Instagram jail because they didn't like when I commented. Man, I've said this before, but this is a video that is like, this is stupid. And it's why I love United States of America. We got the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. You got your 10 big bills. But Second Amendment. First Amendment allows you to speak your mind. Second Amendment allows you to protect yourself while you're speaking your mind. And then there's other amendments after that. But I think this, because all I can say, this was in some Asian country, or it was in a country, don't seem like gun rights were not just like it is. America's got one of the most lenient gun rights. But this lady was getting attacked in the middle of the street by looked like two Rockwilders. And they're showing the video now. They're showing you this video. They're letting this person post this video that is, not Edna. She's getting mauled, but the video's from a distance. It ain't up close. She's getting mauled, and you can see like 3 or 4 cars all pointing their lights, blowing their horns, trying to get the dogs to stop. Nobody's getting out because they know what that means. They ain't want none of that, and they ain't want to F around and find out. They know what them dogs were doing, and she was covering her face, trying to survive and stuff. And then in the bottom of the frame, because like I say, this is probably done from like a balcony 4 to 6 stories up. Somebody was up in the building filming down, and there was a little trees in the way. And you saw this dude who is like, some people are just so unaware of their own personal space and their protection. At the bottom of the screen, you see him crossing at the bottom. Now, he's probably 50, 60, 70 feet away. He's not really even that close, but he's close enough to see the horns, the dogs and stuff like that. And he's carrying some bags, and he's like, I'm just, it ain't mine. I'm minding my own business. He ain't go over there and try to help or fight the dogs off. Okay. I'm getting multiple alarms on my phone. That is very weird. He ain't over there helping, but the dogs stopped going after her. And they went after him. And he off camera. I should be laughing at that, but I'm hoping that he knew some form of mixed martial arts to protect himself, had some kind of melee weapon, or even a firearm. Because I'm telling you, if I saw a police video. Where was this at? And they were mad at the cop. They would call him a coward and stuff because he was trying to not to shoot the dog. And because the dog didn't jump him, it was on mauling a person. And he was trying not to shoot the dog. And there was multiple dogs because, man, let me tell you, I've experienced this. When more than 3 dogs or more than 2 dogs, especially 3 dogs, you've got a bad situation. It's a pack mentality at that point. 2 dogs, you might have 1 dog who really ain't gonna try to get involved, don't want to do the stuff. 1 dog being aggressive, and 1 dog you can shoo it away. But once you get that pack mentality, they all bark and they all got it going, man. The more and more dogs, even the little dogs, they start being aggressive. And I got like that with some beagles and some hound dogs one time, and it was like 8 hound dogs and 2 beagles, and one of them beagles came behind me and bit me, and the lady was like, my dog doesn't bite. I'm like, this shit broke my skin, barely, but I was thinking, rabies, whatever. I said, broke my skin. So, like I said, that dude who ain't situational awareness, John Correa, self-active protection, and on YouTube, watch him religiously. Yeah, firearm would have been something. That police officer, he wound up shooting the dog. But I mean, this dude was mauled 30 seconds to a minute, getting mauled by some dogs. And you're thinking, man, I am sweating. Look at that sweat. Look at that beautiful sweat. Ketones, sweating out. We're sweating out. Thank you, Sana. Thank you, Sana. Thank you. Thank you. We got to get out of here now. We're over 20 minutes. So, yeah. lady got uh, mauled by dogs and people blowing horns. Nobody got out because they didn't want to. They didn't want to fight. You know, nobody had any weapons or melee weapons or anything to fight the two dogs, and they Rockwilder, so people ain't got that training, that confidence, and you know, who knows what happened to the dude? Because did the cars go over there and try to do the same thing with the dude, blow the horn stuff, or did he just get mauled? And man, look, getting mauled to death, at least you're going to the release of the afterlife is death, but getting mauled to life, man. It was I'm about to get off of here, but there was one other picture. This dude was training a dog and it mauled off the side of his face. Yeah, that dog is gone. Let that countryness come out. That dog from the country, that dog is gone. Any animal that mauls a human, especially if you kill a human, I don't care if it looks wild, it gone. In the country, well, that's what the humane society, you know, they're going to put them down. You attack an animal, you attack a person, because they're going to do it again. Just last little thing, I heard this from the guy who worked at the animal shelter. They were talking about in Dallas why they were so strict on certain things. Their enforcers being out even at night. Animal control is out at night, roaming the streets, looking for their prey. They out there at night, and the reason why is there was an older lady, 60s or 70s, maybe 80s. She was out, and two or more dogs showed up in that pack mentality, and they went in on her. She tried to fight them off. She tried to defend herself, and you remember, you know, you fighting back, you know, and you're in this thing, and they're thinking they're in danger, but they're the ones doing it. Like the dog is thinking, oh, you're fighting me back. I gotta fight for my life, but you started it. You know, so they're animals. You know, all animals ain't smart like that. Ain't gonna be, shoot, people got issues. That's why we got jails. So she tried to fight them off and they mauled her to death. And you know, if you think them dogs are still alive, I seriously doubt it. If there anyone that was involved in it, they caught them, they go bye-bye. You know, and the owners who try to keep them, they getting some fines, jail time. It depends on how negligent they were. But, whew, hey, look, I'm sweating. It's that time. Look at that. Man, this clock is, whew. Man, it's like I was in this thing way longer than I thought. So that being said, peace, health, wealth. I give you gratitude. Give gratitude always. We've done enough. Until next time, leave you with a smile.